right, let's give a warm round of applause for Harrison.
Hello and welcome to Audiovisual Analysis with Harrison. We've got an oddball today, but it should be easy to understand if you did the at-home work. Your donations are appreciated, but please save them for after. Let's get on then. As the video opens, we are quickly acquainted with our main character and setting. A gray wolf skateboarding down a seemingly endless highway, holding a pumpkin filled with what seems to be Halloween sweets. I would quickly like to appreciate the use of the song Dreams by Fleetwood Mac as the background audio to this adventure, as its soothing rhythms provide good contrast to videos like these with a chaotic twist. As the video goes on, we watch as the wolf begins to devour the contents of the pumpkin, eventually throwing it to the side. As we see his disregard for the item itself, we can begin to put together the leading actions. The disregard with which he treats the item shows us that it is most likely not his. While thievery and conniving nature are more stereotypical of foxes, wolves are also known to burgle from time to time. I once lost my cat to a wolf. And as a point of personal prejudice, I could believe that this wolf stole this Halloween candy from children. This would also explain the wolf's actions of skateboarding down a highway at high speeds, as he would have need to have planned a getaway for such a crime. This is the point where the story takes a turn. As the wolf comes down from the high adrenaline of the escape, he begins to take a look at his surroundings. Seeing nothing around him but an endless highway and even endlesser desert, he begins to worry. Additionally, the use of a sunset in the background lets us as an audience know that this is an end to a story. How is our character going to get anywhere before nightfall? He can't go back. As someone who was also once abandoned in the desert, I can highly relate to this scenario. As our wolf's worry grows to fear, he turns around, seeing behind him a dragon-like amalgamation of various different cars. He turns back to face us, with nothing but terror in his eyes and a scream in his jaws. As the being draws closer, he becomes more and more panicked, screaming for help but unable to do anything to amend his situation. He knows why it is here. I am reminded of the proverb, if a tree falls in a forest and no one is around to hear it, did it even make a sound? In a way, this is what the wolf realizes in the end. Taking in his surroundings, it's obvious to see that he's in some sort of purgatory-like state, an empty forest, if you will, no part of which is under his control. In his final moments, he, as well as we, are assured of one thing. There is always something coming for us, for what we've done. We are alone. We will not be remembered. Good night.
Hey, I'm Harrison. Not the one responsible for that video. He's like in the corner there. You can beat him up if you really want. But thank you for watching my humor project. It's currently rendering right now, and I have about 9 hours left, so that's cool. Let's see, influences. For the main tone, I don't really have any specific influences. I don't know what about humor made me think existential dread. That's the first thing that came to mind. Definitely the video that I sort of pseudo-analyzed itself by, I believe, Brick Stacker. If not, I'll find the link or somewhere. As a big inspiration, but I think more of the tone of the over-exaggerated breakdown itself is its own genre. I believe maybe an influence would be Yurick Salad Bar, I think, on YouTube, who recently did something similar about the show Smiling Friends. I will put up in terms of visual specifically, the entrance is probably influenced by a lot of early Gary's Mod animated videos. A lot of the early motion, inhumanly sort of puppet-like, probably influenced by James Lee, another internet person. Probably also where some of the darker aesthetic came from. In terms of humor itself, I cannot really name a specific creator that comes to mind. But not to say I'm not influenced, but just I cannot think of a specific one. Originally, I didn't really want to do something quite so monotone. I don't consider myself that much of a fan of the monotone delivery. When you've got a night left, you kind of just have to come up with something. Alright, hopefully I'll be able to edit that down. So that's my thing. And now you say things. Yeah.
I enjoyed the monotone. I think that made like half of it for me.
Thank you.
Funny. Yeah.
I tried to do sort of like a sort of a droning, like almost fake inflection for a lot of the delivery. But yeah. Yeah.
That was honestly amazing.
There's always something coming.
I couldn't tell if it was like puppets or like 3D animated. It was just like very engaging, and the contrast between the monotone voice and the absolutely chaotic video that you were analyzing was really good. I loved it.
I really like the animation. I feel like you easily could have done this without the animation, but it really added a whole nother layer to it to see a face to the person talking and stuff like that.
Unfortunately, it's really small on the screen here. I thought there was like a pull down or something that would be a little bit bigger, but it's fine. I drew a little like face on it here that you can't see that much, but yeah.
I thought it was really cool how you used aspects of things that like we've all seen before, like the cranberry video where he's like getting cranberry juice and skateboarding, but you just made it more and more chaotic as it progressed, which I thought was a really good technique that made super fun.
Thank you.
I liked how it was a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, you made us feel really bad for him because he was like abandoned in the desert.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Just the line. I'm not going to get too into this, but the line, as someone who was also abandoned in the desert, that's true. I'm not going to say anything more.
Also, like the scene at the end where like it suddenly like changes directions and we have to like sort of look at ourselves. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I love the part like towards the beginning where it cuts to the video of the guy rolling down the hill on a skateboard and he's like yelling, but you're just like monotonously talking over him.
I really wanted to. I don't know if I did a great job, but in the background music, the song that I mentioned is the one that plays in the background of the Wolf video as well. And I really like sort of the contrast between like these like terrifying things, or not terrifying, but you know a lot of action and then like just this very melancholy like sort of song. Yeah, and I didn't want to rely too much on the video. I hope that I was funny enough without just that. It's when I should have made, I guess, the stuff bigger and more apparent, but yeah. Yeah.
What is the reason for the massive ventilation tube?
I was going to ask that.
That's so this is spoilers and stuff, but my little idea, or the setting, if you will, the deep lore, is that sort of the character. I mean, I guess it's me. You can't really see, but he's wearing the same stuff I am now. Is in this purgatory, and he's talking about like all this stuff. There's always something. I don't know. Anyway, it's a lot of time travel. We'll get into that. The Zenith. It's not important right now. But he's sort of locked in this realm with nothing to do but present funny videos to no one except for you. You got to see it. Maybe you're in purgatory. I'll never know. But yeah. So that's just, I don't know. It's just wiring. Something he's connected to something. He's a puppet. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
I really wanted to speak first because I had so much to say. The audience basically said what I wanted to say. I'm happy it came from them rather than from me. This was a really intelligent piece of humor, and it's like the audience said, it's multi-layered. I think it's perfect for what it is. It's a beautiful piece. And so original, and I like how you play with the very genre of analysis, film analysis and animation analysis in this. I think that opens up a whole other example for future students to play around with. So you're leaving like a really cool original piece for the next group. So I want to thank you for that. And I never saw anything about the process of making this. This was the first day I've seen anything.
Oh, I made this yesterday.
Related to this project.
I saw it to like
you
4.
were going to add the audience.
Huh?
So
you were going to add a picture of Theo as like the only audience member.
Oh right, yeah, no. I was considering like I wanted to like find an email that you with Theo in it and have him as like the one audience member, just like a cardboard cutout almost of him. I thought because I wanted to put this on my own YouTube thing and I didn't want to.
Of course.
I didn't want to dox you on the internet.com. But so that was an idea.
Okay. Well, thank you. I would appreciate that.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you all.